Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I am super excited to start this 4-part series of the Great Scrapbook Room Reset of November 2024. I took the month of October off from scrapbooking and dived way deep into my scrapbook room. It was in a major need of reset. When I first thought about doing this room reset, I thought, maybe I'll have an hour-long video and I can post it from start to finish. But once I got in my room and I started to talk on video, I realized that I had way more to say, which I don't think that surprises anyone. I felt like you guys wanted to maybe see more things about my room. So I figured I would just film and then decide later. This series will have 4 parts, which include the before, where I show you the current state of my room at the beginning of this room reset. And then I'll have a video where I decided to remove every single thing in my room besides the furniture. And then I have a video of putting a majority of those items back. And then my very last video will be the after video, which is just a beautiful sight, and I can't wait for you to see it. These videos will go up once a week, so stay tuned in the month of November of 2024 to see my full transformation. Let's get started.
All right, guys, it is time that I tackle this mess. Let's take a look at my scrapbook room. Starting off, you can see just how crazy messy it is in here. And it needs a revamp. So I'm going to start by the door. And behind my door is this shoe rack, which I love, but I can't even tell you what is in all of that shoe rack area. A lot of it needs to be gone through and decided what I'm going to do with it. So let's take a look. I've got some close to my heart items that need to be put in color boxes. Figure out what I'm going to do. That one is empty. This one has instructions for my big punch, the big bite, my old ATG gun, some decoration stuff. I have my heat tool, some spritzer stuff, so some random stuff, extra glue, another glue bottle, pens and pencils, extra sanding blocks, this crimper thing that I've never used or haven't used in forever, some magnets, my hot glue gun. This one's empty, a rotary trimmer, a rotary blade, some cards, I think, my fuse tool, and then down here, more heat guns, empty, some Wonder film, my color wheel, these faces for stamps, they're called Peachy Keen, I've had them forever. They're supposed to be used when you do like people embellishments, so like if you create a person on your silhouette, it gives them the ability to put a face in it. There's 2 of them. A very funny story with that. I actually did a swap and they made fun of the girl that I used because she was like this type of face, like very adult face. And the other 2 people were like very kid-like. It's very funny. A bag, some Cricut cutting guide that I don't even own a Cricut anymore. This is stuff for my camera, and then this was in my other room. I had decorations of curtains and stuff like that. Down here I have a poster, my Florida State poster. I think this is Eli's science project. I have all of my pocket pages in here. So like the snap pocket pages, I have a crap ton of them because I was going to do a large thing. Eli's binder from last year. Over here, just random stuff that needs to be taken care of. So let's talk about the bottom of my desk. I recently did a layout, and I'll post it here, of my very first scrapbook table. These containers here were from my very first scrapbook table, as well as that filing cabinet over there. When I moved in here, it didn't work. It actually didn't work in another area as well. So I redesigned it to where this is a door and it's sitting on top of these boxes. And I don't ever use these containers. I can't even tell you what's in it. Originally, it held paper because that's all the paper that I had was those 6 drawers, which has definitely changed since then. So I need to go through this as well and figure out what's in it. So again, I've kind of let my room go as well because I knew that this was coming. So I have trash on the floor. Floors need to be vacuumed. Tag topper. Okay, so let's look. Down here at the bottom, I feel like this is a junk drawer. It's, yeah, just stuff. I need to go through it and figure out what I'm going to do with it. This has envelopes, more stuff, a super old picture of me. Wow, that's really old. More just random stuff, the calendar that I did. These things, which I don't even use postbound albums anymore, so like, why do I still have them? Sticks, just crazy stuff. More page protectors that are not 12 by 12, so 6 by 8 I think is what size those are. The chipboard inserts, I have a bunch of these Tim Holtz smaller ones. These are great for 6 by 8 albums that I don't ever do. All kinds of snap stuff in there. Envelopes, like another page protector, some pictures, more pictures. These are all pictures that are really old, like from college. Just some really super old. I was Raggedy Ann for Halloween one year. So some really old pictures from college and before college, like really kind of before I started scrapbooking is in there. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And then an empty drawer. So I want to reorganize this so that it makes more sense in regards to the way that I currently scrapbook. And it is kind of hard to actually use it because that is my studio light that I need for recording videos. So it kind of hangs out there. I just finished 30 days of sketches, so my desk is currently a hot mess. Over here as well, just a hot mess. But I need to figure out a better system for this as well. So to give you guys a view of my desk area when I am sitting. So my desk, I have my TV. My camera's usually mounted there, but it is currently in my hand. Obviously my studio lights. And then I have a window over there as well. This area also needs to be reconfigured because it doesn't work very well. I almost want to move those boxes that are over there, maybe one of them, and put it here because I just don't like this system at all. So down here I have my mats. I have my stitching mat here, my Creative Memories mat that I use, this circle cutter that I haven't used in forever, no idea why it's there. This has white cardstock as well as fun foam in it. These are my extra envelopes. Once I'm done with my photos, I stick them in there until I'm ready to use them again, and then some more fun foam. These are thickers that are white thickers. I have way too many thickers. Black thickers, because I tend to pull these two the most. And then this one's all of the phrase thickers. And then the bottom one is silver, gold, and brown. It's like my neutrals. I have just been storing stuff next to me. So these are my inks, my Doodlebug Petite Prints. I don't even know what that is. I think that's Disney stuff. So haven't vacuumed in forever. Like I said, I've really let my room go. I have my extra cutter here that I use to gut. This is the box that I've referred to a couple of times when I say I'm going to donate stuff, and I put it in the box underneath my desk. This is the box I'm referring to. There's nothing else back there. And then for the file cabinet, I can't even tell you what's in here. I don't even know if it'll open. Oh, look. My iPad box. This binder. Oh, this is of my house. The house that I purchased. And then look at all that random junk. That's basically all that's in there. It's just junk. Oh, like a cooling towel. A file folder. Yeah, just junk. So I need to go through it. Let me put this stuff back. I need to go through it and get rid of stuff, because my thought is that I want to organize this, get rid of stuff that doesn't need to be in there, and then repurpose it for other things. And here I know is just old files that I probably don't need anymore. Manuals, just random stuff. A really old picture of my sister and I. Remember when like Sears was a big thing? I think this was a Sears, maybe JCPenney's. Look how little I look. I think this was probably high school, and I had super long hair too. So just some random stuff in there that needs to be dealt with. So I want to be able to deal with that as well and then repurpose it. Over here is my box. I've shown this before. I take these to crops. It sits next to me. I really like this aspect and I will probably keep this. Here I have page kits that are already made. So this means that photos have been paired with collections and they are on my spreadsheet ready to be created, are in this box here. This area here is for layouts, again, that have been paired with collections and have sketches with them, but they are for other people in my life. So I have some for my friend Anna, and both of these containers are for my friend Christina, which I don't understand why, because there's seriously one layout in each one of them. And then we get into just, I have no idea how to handle this stuff and figure it out. So I have my flip-flops, which I purchased a ton of them when Close to My Heart was closing, so I have a ton of those. I have these other layouts that I need to figure out what to do with them. There's my bling, which I brought out because I was using it for a while. This box, I don't have no idea why I'm keeping it. Usually my Big Shot sits right there. And again, I don't know if I want to keep it that way, move it around. I don't know. I need to figure out a system is what I need to do. And then getting back into this corner, I have that box that I use for media stuff, like dyes and inks and stuff like that. I very rarely use it. This board here that I use to take pictures with. Another poster that needs to be hung up. I don't know if you can see way back there, but I have a tripod as well as the legs to my other studio light. So this is another shoe rack that I have. It doesn't work very well because I can't reach it because of the gap between here and there, so I need to figure that out as well. Then I have this shelf here that is extremely underutilized. I need to figure out how to utilize it better. I have my pens, some 4x6 cards, a crap ton of enamel dots, a random 6x6 paper pad, some punches. Up here is another glue dot dispenser, some inks, my stuff that I need for filming, and then just a random box that I don't think has anything in it. And then coming over to this huge set of wall shelves, which is extremely not done well at all. So let's walk through this. At the top here, I just have random stuff. Some wax paper, an empty container. These are all of my other thickers. So now let's talk about these 4 pink boxes here. They hold collections. Let's not talk about the fact that those also hold collections. It's a hot mess. But what I started doing was just throwing them in these boxes because these boxes are easier to organize because I just throw them in there as opposed to actually organizing these collections. I need to go through them. I need to figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of. I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. But there's a ton of collections in all of those. My thought is that once I get them all organized, I'm hoping that I can get them all into here and use those boxes for something else. I would like to organize my Disney stuff into one of the boxes, maybe 2 of them, depending on what I have. These bags here are labeled by the year, and it has the embellishments for that year, or like the ephemera, not the embellishments, that I plan to use. So I need to organize them, get a better system for putting them in there instead of that, so that it actually gets done. I don't like those bags, but I wanted them all separated. It's just a hot mess. In that third cube over there is page protectors and white cardstock. I use that for putting my embellishments on papers. And then the next cubes are just all cardstock. I have glitter cardstock, I have basil bling, I have cardstock that is by color, so like my browns, my wood grains, and then that last box there has them all by color as well. So red, blues, purples, green, yellows, orange, yellows. And then the bottom shelves is for my albums. Those albums used to be out in the living room, but I have too many albums, so I have started bringing them back in here and then also having them out there as well. Then these 3 bookshelves are just horribly done. I have no other words for it. I need a better system. I have a sewing machine that I will probably get rid of. I have not sewn on my layouts in forever with the sewing machine. I prefer hand sewing. This is more printed photos as well as other things that just need to be dealt with. Again, pieces that I picked up from when we were scrapbooking. I don't have words for it. This here is my scraps that I make my tiny stars and tiny hearts with. It's just mainly Doodlebug petite prints. These are photos that I have printed and are not paired with sketches or collections. This was the way that I used to print things. I would just print them out and stick them in an envelope and then just pray that I came up with a layout later on. Not a very good system. I do still keep them here because I obviously want to scrapbook them. I need to eventually get these into my spreadsheet so that I can eventually get them on layouts and get them into albums. These photos down here are ones that have been paired with a sketch. They are on my spreadsheet, but I do not have a collection for them. Sometimes I will get an idea and I want to get the photos printed out, but I don't necessarily know what I'm going to use in it, so that's that. A random plastic bag. And then I have obviously my battery charger for my camera, these extra containers, my ribbon that I don't ever use, and then extra containers down there as well. These are all of my extra bags that I use to keep my collections in. And then I do have this somewhat organized. These are the layouts that I have created. So this shelf here, these layouts need something, usually journaling, dates, things like that. These layouts are completed. They have the journaling, they have the date, they have everything on it. And it's one of 2 things. Either I have not done the voiceover, which right now I have a ton of 30 days of sketches that need to be completed, or they have been completed, uploaded to YouTube, but they haven't gone live. And I keep it there just in case I need to pull it back out for something like that. This shelf is ready to go into albums, so those just need to be put away. For this one here, obviously my 2 boxes of threads, and then this has just become a dump station. There's just random stuff here. This was for our past photo previews. It has a photo in it. There's some random sketches up there, some random paper that needs to be organized, just random stuff. Eli's basketball photos all need to be organized. It just has become a dumping ground, that's all. The same for this shelf, just randomness that has been dumped there. Same thing for this top shelf, randomness that needs to be taken care of. This is also more ephemera pieces that need to be in here or there. It needs to be figured out. I have my name spelled out that I used in another house. Never put it up here. Some cards and envelopes in case I ever want to create a card. Over here is my very favorite card that I have ever created. I created this for a card swap. It's a happy birthday card. Love that card. This little piggy bank that I hand painted at one of those like paint shop things. My friend Christina from high school. And then Malachi over there at Chuck E. Cheese. This shelf, again, some randomness. I have the Guide to a Perfect Word. I do use that still quite a bit. My circle cutters and shape cutters from Creative Memories. Just some random stuff there. This one, again, like I have so much space that is just not usable and not used properly is probably the best way to put it. So I have some Disney stuff here. My cup storage, just craziness. Many moons ago, I did photography on the side, like I would take family photos. So those are CDs that I used to give people. Again, that tells you how long ago it was because there were still CDs available and people still had CD drives. Yeah, and a CD label maker. Sometimes I have no words for the things that are currently in my room. This one is my flowers. Don't have a lot of those, but some flowers. 3-hole punch, my big crocodile thing. I think that's what that's called. The very few card supplies that I have. And then down here at the bottom, I don't even know, a paper trimmer that doesn't have a blade, light bulbs to my room, some journals that Eli has done in the past, and just some random old stuff and a trash can. So that is that area there. That is a hot hot mess that needs to be taken care of. Then down here on the floor is just stuff that hasn't been organized. I know that that container right there has all of the Simple Stories collections that I purchased in the warehouse box sale. I haven't organized them. A lot of this stuff doesn't normally look this way. I have let it go for a couple of reasons. One, 30 days of sketches, a layout a day in October. I was really wanting to get all of the layouts completed as well as the videos uploaded before October because I plan to tackle this. So I was letting things go. Normally I would just put them away, but I was like, I'm just going to leave it for one reason. I need to get the sketches and the layouts completed. And two, it will make a better video as to how much of a hot mess my room currently is. So that's what that container is. And then I did pull out these collections to use for 30 days of sketches, and I don't think that I ended up using them. I thought, let me pull them out and see if I can find pictures for it. And I did that with a bunch of collections, but then decided that it would probably be easier to do one collection, like a lot of Disney photos or a lot of fall photos, as opposed to pulling out different collections entirely. So I kind of scratched that idea and I just never put them away. Then for this area here, this is where my silhouette is. It is not used very well either. Down there on the bottom, I have some random stuff. I have my old Cameo that I need to figure out what to do with. I need to figure out where I can recycle electronics because I have several electronics that I need to recycle. So that's that. That box there is of cups that I was going to vinyl with the 50th anniversary from Disney. Never got around to it. Those are layouts that belong to my friends that need to be put in albums that I haven't gotten to yet. Obviously my silhouette. This shelf here that's not being utilized properly. And then this one is being utilized as well as it can be because my computer's here. So I'll stand here and do things like send it to the silhouette. I usually take it off and like sit at my desk and plan stuff out. But if I need to do something quick, I can stand here and do that. And then my digital SLR, which I have that there so that I can grab it quickly if I need to. And then some decorations up there at the top. And I say this again, that this closet's a hot mess. Just like those shelves are a hot mess. Some of this stuff, I don't even know that I'm utilizing it properly. Some of the stuff is just, it's here and I haven't really dealt with it and I need to. Up here are all of my other albums. So these are empty albums. I don't try to put a lot of weight up there because obviously this shelf can only hold so much. So those were my post-bound albums. Up until 2008, I used post-bound albums. So that's what that is. Then I purchased a ton of albums when they were on sale for a really good price. So I have a couple left of those. Eli's school albums are there. That's the bag that I use to transport my Big Shot if I take it to crops and things like that. That black box is completely empty. That canvas bag has really old stuff in it, like really old photos. I think from like my baby album and like childhood, like super old. I don't even know what's in that craft box and the flower box. They might be empty. The pink container has vinyl in it. And then that black gypsy bag has my bind it all in it. Moving down to the next shelf, that is my adhesive. I buy it in bulk, 144 rolls. So it comes like that. This I think has stamps in it. Actually, it might be empty. This is more ephemera and embellishment things that I need to figure out what to do with. This is another box of adhesive that didn't fit over there. That is a Scentsy item. Back there is my damp rid. I highly recommend that if you have paper. It helps keep the moisture away, especially if you live in Florida and you have humidity like we do. My typewriter that I haven't used in forever. Those are all my 6x8 albums or my mini albums. Some are completed, some are not. I did a December daily a couple years ago. Didn't do very well with it. We went and visited Winter. So that's this mini album. I have a bunch of mud runs that I did. That's this one. That one's empty. That's my old Disney album that I don't ever use. My Braces album that I never created. Yeah, just a hot mess stuff. Then I have these shelves here. These are like under the cabinet shelves. And I picked up these containers at the Dollar Tree. And this just has random stuff that I need a better organization system for. I feel like it's okay right now. I don't use this stuff often. It's usually like bulk items. Like this one is my adhesive rolls from scrapbook.com. I tend to buy them in bulk as well. But then there's some items in here that I doubt I will ever use. So I need to organize this, figure out if it's truly the best way to keep them. All right, and then for this shelf here, again, it's just very underutilized. Over there on the very far left, I have a rack that I think I got at the Dollar Tree or somewhere similar, and it has collections in it. I used to keep my collections that I had already paired up with photos and sketches there, but I then moved it over by my desk since it's better utilized over there. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. It has bigger containers. I liked it because it also holds the smaller containers, and I could take my embellishments to like crops and stuff, like my color boxes, and I just haven't done anything with it yet. This is the light bulbs for my studio lights. I had to replace them because one went out, and so I went ahead and replaced both of them, but I took the old one out that was still working and put it back in the box in case I need it. Extra fun foam. That's another stand that I picked up to be able to do some stuff in my table in my living room. This is all of my paint supplies down there. So I have brushes on that side, as well as like other things, Mod Podge, white paint, glue, things like that. This is 12 by 24 pieces of paper that I have honestly no idea what I'm going to do with. This is just random stuff, craft bottles. Again, no idea. This is all of my LA Studio paper. I need to organize that. I have a plan for organizing paper like that. More LA Studio stuff, and then I also have a page kit from Scrapbook Generations Super Sketch Club. These are all of my Scrapbook Generations sketches that were in these sketch club. So at one point I did have a subscription to Scrapbook Generations Sketch Club, and so I do keep all the old sketches and sometimes I use them. These are some random boxes that I probably should throw away. That is a family tree album, and then I don't even know what that is over there. I think it's a magnifying thing. I don't know. Wire for some art projects that I've done. All right, and then these are all of my collections. They are not organized very well. These labels I created probably 6 years ago. I need to recreate them because they're not very well designed. I just have too many containers that have like one or two things in it. Like fall and Halloween could be combined because there's one fall. I have one more fall collection over there that I've been using. Got like 3 Halloween collections. I don't need separate ones for that. I did it for Christmas and winter, and that's kind of full. I need to go through it. I need to put all my Disney stuff together. All my Disney stuff that's over there on the other side of the room is Simple Stories Say Cheese. All of this stuff is Echo Park's collections of Disney. And then it just isn't really designed well, so I need to take all these out, reorganize them, figure out how I'm going to use them, what I'm going to use them with, as well as combining the ones that are in the pink boxes over here and decide from there. And then as far as the floor, those purple and gray boxes are actually Scentsy stuff, and I need to move them out of my scrapbook room. I need to figure out a better place for them. I put them in here because at one point I wasn't scrapbooking, so I just wanted to get them out of the living room. It just needs to be organized. This is just an empty box that I have kept because I plan to do a big room purge, so I knew I was going to need a big box for that. I recently upgraded my color boxes from clear color boxes to the actual colored ones. I really liked that aspect of it, so I pulled out any colors that I could use, and then I moved the clear ones back into that box. And then this has just become a dumping ground. I have an old helium tank that I need to figure out where to recycle that. I have these 31 bags that I need to figure out what to do with. I usually take those with me to crops. Then I have extra collections, again, that I need to take care of. Another 31 bag. That's another Scentsy box. I know back there are my yearbooks from high school and middle school, as well as some school books that I don't really need anymore. I need to get rid of them. And then this section here is just become a dumping ground. The bottom box is all of Eli's school collections that I'm using to create his school albums. One of the clear containers has all of his 7th grade stuff in it, and then the other clear container has all of my Harry Potter stuff in it, and then on top of it is more of his school stuff. So what we do every year is we take that one clear container and we just dump his school stuff in it. So any
report cards, papers that he does, activities that he does, anything like that goes in that clear box. At the end of the year, I pull all the stuff out. I keep what I want to keep, I scrapbook what I want to scrapbook, and then I toss the rest. I haven't done it for 7th grade year, even though we're like already into 8th grade. So I need to take care of that, and that's the next project on my list to take care of. Stuff on top of it is because it doesn't fit into the box. So that needs to be taken care of as well. Alright guys, this is my room in its before state. The next thing I'm going to do is start to clean everything out. I am taking everything out of my scrapbook room and I am going to put it into the living room and then bring stuff back in. I feel like it's the best way to actually organize stuff is to start with a clean slate. So come along with me and let's get this room organized. Alright guys, I hope to see you next week where I will start to remove everything out of this room. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.